And the QR code for the minibar menu. And I'm like, I'll just take a bottle of water. I'm thirsty. $32 later.
Yes, yeah, and you can't even do that whole Indiana Jones thing where you take, like, if you
where you go pick one. Where you get one exactly where you get one at Walgreens or whatever to replace it the next morning. Yeah. Nope. God. That was happening a lot, I think, and that's why they put the sensor ones in. But I've read a lot of stuff about mini bars and how expensive they are to maintain for the hotels and everything else. I'm like, fine, that's great. Just don't have it then. Don't charge me $32 for a bottle of water. Absurd. So anyway, So Boyd is committed to stealing the money. Ava is involuntarily committed to stealing the money, and Ava goes to meet Raylan and confronts him about his little reward ploy, and says, hey, that could have gone really, really wrong, by the way. And then he confronts her about Bulletville and says, hey, I know something happened up there. I want to know what it is. She's like, no, we were just hunting and blah, blah, blah. And Raylan kind of makes fun of her a little bit for hunting. And she goes, are you calling me a redneck? And she's deflecting, obviously, and she's sensing that that Raylan's level of trust in her is eroding pretty substantially, pretty quickly. And so she says immediately, she's like, okay, I got to give him something. And she says, do you know where Boyd's digging? I can tell you where it is, and I can tell you what he's doing. And so that puts two and two together for Raylan. He understands now why Zachariah's involved, why there's dynamite, what they're doing. They're coming up from underneath to get into the vault. And at the same time, he realizes that the only way Ava gives me that information is if she's burned. And he says, that's it. Ava's burned as a witness. We got to figure out what to do. He calls Rachel and reports it to her, and that's where our episode ends. So that's actually the title of the next episode is Burned. So we'll find out, what happens with Ava and Raylan and the case against Boyd in the next episode. So anything that I missed that you had a comment on?
No, that was it.
Yeah. Good episode overall. All right.
Yeah.
With that, let's get into our final segment.
I was telling my friends this morning how yesterday you come to me and if you don't get out of town in 24 hours, I'm going to shoot you on sight.
Burno! Oh, you going to shoot him if you catch him?
I'll kill four of you before you even clear your weapons, and I'll take my chances with the other two.
If you get the chance, shoot him in the nuts.
I don't pull my sidearm unless I'm going to shoot to kill.
Are you going to shoot him too, Raylan? And Raylan, here we are, episode 8.
Episode 8.
Yeah, and Raylan performs a super duper late term abortion on Ty Walker.
Really, really, really late.
Very, very late term. So, yeah. And he was actually in that was the only his death. Ty Walker's death is the only one. This episode.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. They called. There was something I wanted to mention while we were talking about Ty Walker in his Memoriam segment, but that Seabass called him Top, right? Do you remember that? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know why?
I don't know.
Why. Because apparently Top is what you call a first sergeant, and that's like slang for first sergeant. And that's the understanding that everybody has, is that he would have been a first sergeant in Afghanistan. So he's an enlisted guy.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So.
All right.
All right. Well, with that said, I think it's time to wrap it up. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Same place, same time, roughly, with the next episode of Justified Burned. Until then, like I said, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Let's try that again. Subscribe, rate, and review. Tell your friends. Check us out on socials @GroundlessPod and @GroundlessPodcast. And thanks for listening.